I'm convinced that we all have zoochosis and the world is not ready to talk about it. If you don't know what zoochosis is, it's basically a form of mental illness that animals get from being in a zoo, from having a repetitive lifestyle that is not natural to them. Now, animals don't show any of this sort of behavior out in the wild. This is primarily only to animals that are kept in zoos. Sometimes they will circle the same place. They will just do behavior that they don't do in the wild. And what do most humans do? Basically live in a zoo. Everyone's been forced to work jobs that they don't want to work in. And it even starts as young as our kids. We send them off to school to literally learn all day in an unnatural environment to them. It's literally programming our mind a specific way. And now I believe we are all suffering mentally because of this. I believe things like anxiety and depression are different symptoms to the same mental illness because we are not meant to be living this way.
You know what zoochosis is? It's what happens when an animal is trapped for a long period of time and starts showing abnormal, obsessive, or repetitive behaviors. It's actually quite sad. But have you ever thought about it in terms of us humans? We seem to be really comfortable trapped inside, but stress and anxiety and a lack of connection have never been higher. Could we be experiencing some form of zoochosis? Maybe we were never meant to trap ourselves in little homes with no fresh air, no movement, no connection to the earth. Maybe we were meant to live in groups, not alone. It's just an interesting thought.
Modern life be making humans the newest zoo exhibit? Zoochosis is a term for when captive animals repeat meaningless actions, pacing, rocking, biting bars, etc. It's a stress loop, born from boredom, isolation, and loss of control. Now some psychologists and sociologists say humans might be showing similar symptoms. We scroll, refresh, and repeat daily patterns that offer tiny dopamine hits, but little fulfillment. It's not that we've grown wild, it's that our environment has shrunk around us. I know a lot of us feel that way. What happens when freedom becomes a performance? Animals in captivity adapt by making routines that dull anxiety. People do that too. Commutes, screens, cubicles, notifications. We're overstimulated but undersatisfied. Our instincts are boxed in by systems we didn't build. The pandemic amplified it. Homes became enclosures. Feeds became our windows. Some thinkers argue this is digital zoochosis. We pace online instead of across savannas. So escaping it doesn't mean fleeing society. It means designing spaces that reawaken curiosity and agency. Let me know in the comments below how you stay curious. We need to keep that part of ourselves strong and constant through our entire lives. Curiosity is the key.
I don't understand why we just forget that we're animals too. Anxiety, depression, that's zoochosis, babe. We domesticated ourselves. Zoochosis, like we are. You think we're not monkeys? When we go to watch a play and they're done, we go, ah, ah, and clap our hands. Like that's some monkey shit. Anyways, I'm so tired.
This is a perfect description of what some Americans, not all, some, are suffering from, and that's zoochosis, which is a kind of psychosis that animals experience when they're kept in their cages too long and they don't have their needs met. So it's characterized by obsessive, repetitive, useless behaviors. And one of the ways that zookeepers try to get animals over this is to give them distractions, to give them food that takes longer to eat and basically throw them off the scent. So a very interesting parallel.
The term called zoochosis, have you ever heard of it before?
No.
Zoochosis is what happens to animals in captivity in the zoo. Mental health, depression, anxiety, cancer, arthritis, autoimmune conditions. Sounds familiar, right? So when you put an animal in captivity, whether it's an animal at the zoo or a human animal, we don't like it very much. We don't thrive. So we can handle outdoor air very well. And why do you think you like to get fresh air or go for a walk? Well, we have the sun with the most amazing UV light of all time. We have wind, we have rain, and we have trees and plants. And indoors, we left nature outside entirely. So we have all of the outdoor pollution. We have all the indoor pollution, cooking, cleaning products, chemicals, off-gassing, carpets, fire retardants, and our homes can't breathe and we have no nature to purify it. So we're just absolutely bombarded with microplastics, toxins, 24 hours a day, including while we sleep, and we got to do something about that.
Why is everything so boring right now? Like, I am so bored with everything.
People have been saying that it feels like the world that we once knew just vanished. It's like we went to sleep and woke up one day and nothing was the same.
Everything just feels empty. You wake up, you do the same stuff for the most part, and then when you do things that are supposed to be fun, it doesn't hit the same way like it used to.
And life ain't just life no more, man. This drives.
Humans are experiencing zoochosis. I 100% believe that. So zoochosis is basically a form of mental illness that animals get from being in a zoo, from having a repetitive lifestyle that is not natural to them. The government can solve hunger by simply planting fruit trees on the streets, but they refuse to do that because they engineer homelessness to teach you what happens if you fall out of line.
For example, there are a lot of people right now who are talking like this.
You realize everything is fake, from the TV to the politicians to the jobs to the money to the power to the government to literally everything that's out there. It's all fake, and it's all a system rigged against us, and it's all fake. The medicine, the agriculture, the school system, literally everything is all fake.
Hell, even this reality has completely changed in some way, shape, or form. It's like the planet had hit pause, and when it restarted, everything had been switched. And nobody can really put into words what's happened or what is currently happening. So I'm gonna let this guy over here explain what he feels like is going on.
But I see where a lot of people have been talking about the same topic, about how their life, this is what they're saying in the comment section, that their life doesn't feel the same to them anymore. Kind of like they're half in this world and half out of this world. And I just want you guys to know, for the ones that feel that way, that you're not alone, because I feel that way every single day. Every single day, I no longer feel like the person I once was. And it's almost like I don't even recognize life anymore. I mean, here I've been on this planet for 54 years, but this world feels so foreign to me. And ever since COVID, it seemed like we went through some kind of like time shift, and it just seems like everything is happening so much faster now. I know that things go faster as you get older. I understand that, but I'm not talking about that kind of thing. It seems like everything is in like extreme fast forward. The days fly by. There just seems like there isn't enough time to even get 2 things done in a day. 2 things before it's time to go to bed. It's like, Jesus, I didn't even have time to do 2 things. I have been trying to convey in a video what I'm talking about, and I'm not able to do it, you guys. I'm just not able to put my finger on it. How in the hell did we go from what we remember the world being like to this? How did it come to this? What the hell happened to life? What the hell happened to this world? What the hell happened to people? Nobody wants to do anything anymore. Nobody wants to get together anymore. Nobody cares about anything. You can't even talk to people about anything today and have them even give a damn about anything. Nobody cares. This world is just like gray.
So anybody else resonates with what he's saying? Because it's like we're all waiting for something to pop through, and the anticipation is a lot. You know what I'm saying? So it's a lot of heavy energy in the atmospheres, because it feels like we're waiting for something. And this, I believe, is this 3D to 5D ascension thing. Because in a new world, you can't take politics, you can't take government, you can't take jobs, you can't take none of this stuff with you. So their world has to be removed. It has to be dismantled. But I truly believe this is the reason why a lot of people are feeling this way.
It's like, it kind of feels like the movie has stopped. It kind of feels like the movie stopped, and we're just like forcing ourselves to go to different scenes. Like, I gotta go to work. That's right. Yeah, that's what we do here, right? Like energy. Like I can't explain it. It's like we stopped the movie almost, and we're recalibrating.
Is it me, or this feels like the weirdest year in history for real? Or in my existence. And I don't think it's because we older now. Something about this year specifically. Energy is just so stale, odd. Not negative, I wouldn't say. I wouldn't say it's negative. It's just different than it's ever been.
I'm not suicidal, but like, I am tired. I'm ready for my soul to be set free. I don't give a fuck about money. I don't give a fuck about fame. I don't give a fuck about the politics or whatever. All this fucking shit I really don't give a fuck about. Like, I'm just so tired of all these responsibilities I never asked for. I'm tired of living in survival mode. I'm tired of living in what feels like the fucking Matrix. Like, I'm genuinely fucking tired. I'm learning how to stay present, to enjoy life, focus on what I can control, but like, at the end of the day, I'm not afraid of death. Whenever and however it happens, I'm ready for it. I'm ready to see what's next, or, finally be set free, be at peace.
The only one who peeped that the energy of the world it feel off right now. And I ain't just talking about no politics or talking about I'm talking about spiritually that feel off. Like something feel like spiritual attacks or some shit. It feel different right now. Like, and I know how to read energy and shit and knowing shit off. It's off right now.
Half of the United States workers says they're at a breaking point. Every other person you see is quietly crumbling.
So I'm not trying to scare anybody right now, but I think something flipped for all of us. I think there's been a massive shift in reality.
Because here's the thing, you still got responsibilities, you still got bills, you still got kids to pay, you still got kids to raise, you still got food to get, you still got to do all the regular things that everybody else still has to do while knowing that it's all fake. So I don't know if you're going through this like I am, but if you are, you understand how difficult this part is to know that you have a higher soul, you have a higher power, you are part of a higher power, and you're here in this simulation or artificial matrix or whatever this thing is, and you have to participate it because you're in it and it stretches so deeply that you can't just step out of it because you just can't do that. I mean, I guess you could go live by yourself in isolation, out in the woods or up on a mountain or something, but that's not real life. And it's such a really weird spot to be because like literally everything that you knew and loved and was literally like crumbles right in front of you. But then you realize that you still have to participate in the thing that you know right now is not real. And
Think about it like this. In the Matrix movie, Neo, Morpheus, Trinity, all of them were unplugged, but they still kept going back in because the Oracle existed in the Matrix. The reason for everything, the reason for why the reality of the real world, what's happening, why it's distorted, why trying to understand it more. There's something that you needed to pick up, and the Oracle is speaking to you through the different experiences you've implanted into your Matrix. The mastery of the Matrix, the real world, and what part you play in between that is your journey. Everybody's Matrix series is playing out right now. Literally, like the first movie, the second movie, the resurrection, everything that's playing out. So this is your movie. This is your simulation. This is what you are projecting and this is what you are creating. So it's about you mastering it, literally becoming Neo, becoming the one in your own self. But sometimes you have to go back in it and understand parts of yourself, understand parts of your programming and why, you came in this part of this time. What fuels you, what energies, what changes you, what makes you want to be in a different space. And I guess until you learn what the Oracle is teaching you in this certain experience, in what you're plugged into, you'll live it and then you'll move forward and you will master that and you'll never look back.
Neo realized that nothing was real. He broke out the Matrix. He realized everything had a code to it. That's why when they were shooting at him, the agents were shooting at him and everything went green. He was seeing the codes, the numbers and the signs. He was seeing the codes. How you think Jesus was able to walk on water? Because he knew everything was an illusion. He knew everything was a code. That's how we break out the Matrix, y'all. We have to be more than the system. That's how you reach Christ consciousness. Once you reach Christ consciousness, you understand that nothing is real. You realize everything has a code.
When I'm seeing people who are in a state of tiredness, they don't have a will to do anything. They don't have a desire to exist in that matrix. That is the fuel. When you realize that this is not stimulating for me, this is not the space, this is not, I don't feel nothing. I don't feel like anything. I don't feel like doing anything. I'm not. This is and this is the unplugging. This is where you realize and you look around and you see everybody sitting in these tubs and they're connected to this system that's never ending. And I want you to know that this is not where it ends. This is literally that was the first movie. Him being unplugged and him navigating himself and navigating how is he the one? He can't be the one. This doesn't make sense. And it's like you are in your own Matrix movie. You are the master. You are the one. You are the Neo. I feel this strong feeling, and I was feeling it as like this full moon was happening. And I don't know if it was just a collective feeling, but what I've been seeing on my timeline is that everybody has been feeling like there's a change. There's something going on. They're tired. Everybody's tired and they don't have no desire to exist in this world that has been shaped. I think some of us have been suppressing it because I see the Matrix, I see the planning, and I see everything that's harvesting. But it's like, okay, I'm still participating in it. But you got to think about, rewatch the Matrix. See why they had to go back in, why they had to experience certain things for them to get certain codes and get certain activations within them. This is where you start to actually remember your organic self. But you got to have a process where you're unplugging, and you know how he was sitting on that table with all them needles in, and he was trying to, just reconnect with his body and reconnect with himself.
Here's what I promise. Something in the world is shifting. There is an energetic change that's happening at a pace that is now so unbelievably clear that the people that can feel it know exactly what I'm talking about. And the people that don't feel it are simply finding ways to distract themselves from it. What used to matter doesn't matter like it does now. The priorities that we had, the flashiness, the significance that we craved, there's more pain, more discomfort, and more lessons that are coming to us as a collective species on Earth than we've ever had. And it's preparing us for something much bigger that's coming. And do I know what that is? No. But my guess is that it's a new way of living, a new way of thinking, a new way collectively that we start going about the world and caring for one another and letting go of judgment, letting go of criticism and hatred and division, and come back to the purest thing that is in every single human being, which is love. And with that is going to be a lot of untangling, a lot of letting go, a lot of facing ourselves and feeling pain come in and discomfort and just not good feelings, so we can face it and hold it and honor it and shift it and release it.
And that's why I decided to make this video, because this is something that we as a collective have been suppressing for a while. But it's really an internal thing, because it starts internally and then it just projects, and it creates, you just create a whole new world, a whole new realm, a whole new reality for yourself. You dodge the bullets. You're literally walking through the simulation. You're mastering the levels and the layers you have sunken into. That's what I want this video to be a reminder for.
Earth is a PhD masterclass for the soul. Before we ever arrived here to play the Earth game, we as souls chose our curriculum. Just like in college when you pick the programs you want to take, here on Earth, we pick our lessons, our matrix programs, and our own evolution. When you look at your life, every challenge, every limitation, every environment you were born into, you didn't just stumble into it by accident. Your soul chose it because it knew exactly what you needed to grow. And this is so important to really understand, because you cannot evolve by separating from your experience or rejecting it. You evolve by understanding how it has served you. Everything serves you. Like take religion, for example. Some souls choose to be born into that program. Religion trains people to outsource their power to a priest, to a pastor, to a book, a rule, a fear of hell. That in itself is a curriculum. And yet the very reason the soul chose it is because one day, after years of outsourcing or lifetimes of outsourcing, it would finally wake up and say, wait, this no longer works for me. The kingdom of God is within me, and I know what's best for me. And in that shift, there's evolution, because they're going from powerlessness to inner source power. It's evolution. That's a graduation from one course into the next. That's just one example, because religion isn't the only program. Scarcity and lack is a program. Disempowerment, victimhood, unworthiness. These are all courses. And your soul said, I'll take this one because I want to remember who I really am by moving through it and actually experiencing it. So to the soul, nothing is wasted. Nothing. Every program was chosen. Every program serves you. The whole point of this masterclass is to realize that all of it, every single thing, was here to lead you back to your own power. If you feel called to evolve beyond the matrix programmings, clear your energetic field, and step into your true power,